A man waking up confused. A woman in a white shirt holding coffee, close up on her face. Imagine waking up in your own house and finding a stranger in your kitchen wearing your clothes. That's exactly what happened to Marcus. Marcus was a broke single dad living in a tiny apartment in Brooklyn. He opened his eyes, smelled fresh coffee, walked into the kitchen, and froze. Standing there was a woman who looked like she'd just walked off a runway in Paris. She was wearing his oversized mechanic's work shirt. Victoria, arrogant tone. "Morning. You're finally up. We need to talk." Marcus, Who are you? Why are you wearing my shirt?" Victoria, "I'm the woman you pulled out of a burning car last night. And honestly, your coffee tastes like dirt, but it did the job." She didn't say thank you. She didn't cry. She just reached into her designer purse and slammed a stack of cash on the counter. "Victoria, here, $10,000 for the shirt, the couch, and the rescue. We're even." Marcus looked at the money. It was more than he made in 6 months. But the way she looked at him, like he was a charity case, made his blood boil. The flashback. High night, rain, thunder, car crash sound effects, fire. To understand why Marcus was so angry, we have to go back 6 hours. It was 2 a.m. A massive storm was hammering the East Coast. Marcus was driving his rusted pickup truck home from a double shift. Suddenly, crash! A $200,000 Mercedes spun out on the highway, flipped twice, and slammed into a guardrail. Marcus slammed on his brakes. He didn't check his insurance. He didn't check his phone. He ran straight into the fire. The driver, Victoria, was unconscious. The smell of gasoline was everywhere. Marcus, "Hey, wake up! We gotta move!" With superhuman strength, Marcus ripped the door open, cut her seatbelt, and dragged her 50 feet away just seconds before the car exploded into a fireball. The ambulance couldn't reach them because of the flooding, so he took her to his humble apartment to keep her safe. He slept on the floor so she could have his bed. He didn't know she was the CEO of the biggest tech company in New York. He just knew she was a human being. Back to the kitchen. Bright light. Tension. Back in the kitchen, Victoria tapped her manicured nails on the stack of cash. "Well, take it. I know people like you need it. Look at this place." She gestured to the peeling paint and the leaking faucet. Marcus clenched his fists. He was struggling, yes. He had $42 in his bank account, but he wasn't a beggar. He walked over, grabbed the $10,000 stack, and shoved it back into her purse. Marcus, "Get out." Victoria, "Excuse me? I didn't save your life for a paycheck. And I definitely didn't do it so you could disrespect me in my own home. My dignity isn't for sale." "Don't be stupid. Everyone has a price." "Not me. My daughter wakes up in 10 minutes. I don't want her seeing someone like you here. Leave." Narrator. Victoria was stunned. She was used to men begging for her attention. No one had ever kicked her out. She grabbed her purse, face red with embarrassment, and stormed out to her waiting limousine. "Fine, stay poor then." Marcus slammed the door. He felt proud, but pride doesn't pay the rent. 3 days later, Marcus looking at a red eviction notice, sad music. 3 days later, reality hit Marcus hard. He came home from work to find a red piece of paper taped to his door. Eviction notice, 48 hours to vacate. His landlord was selling the building to a developer who wanted to tear it down and build luxury condos. Marcus slumped against the door. He began to cry, not for himself, but for his 7-year-old daughter, Zoe. "Daddy, why are you crying?" Marcus wiped his eyes quickly. "It's nothing, baby. Just dust." "Are we moving again? I like this school. I don't want to live in the truck." That broke him. He thought about the $10,000 he threw away. He could have used that money to secure a new apartment. He realized his pride
might have just made his daughter homeless. He had 24 hours left. He packed their life into cardboard boxes, feeling like a total failure. The next morning, Marcus loading the truck, neighbors watching. A convoy of black SUVs arrives. The next morning, Marcus was loading the last box into his truck. The neighbors watched in silence. Suddenly, the ground shook. A convoy of 3 black Cadillac Escalades turned the corner. They looked like the Secret Service. They screeched to a halt right in front of Marcus's rusted pickup. The back door opened. A shiny black high heel stepped onto the pavement. It was Victoria. But she looked different. No arrogance, no smirk. She looked humble. Marcus sighs. "Look, I'm moving out, okay? You don't need to come here to laugh at me." "Victoria, I'm not laughing, Marcus." She walked up to him, holding a blue legal folder. "I haven't slept in 3 days.
I kept thinking about what you did. You rejected $10,000 because I insulted your character. In my world, on Wall Street, nobody does that. Good for you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm homeless." "No, you're not." She hands him the paper. Close up on the document. She handed him the blue folder. Victoria said, "I found out this building was being sold to a developer, so I made a phone call this morning." Marcus opened the folder. It was a property deed. Victoria said, "I bought the building, Marcus. I paid double the asking price in cash." Marcus angry. "Great. So now you're my landlord? You gonna evict me yourself?" Victoria, read line 4. Marcus looked down. Owner, Marcus Johnson. He dropped the folder. His hands started shaking. "Marcus, I don't understand." Victoria, "I didn't buy it for me. I bought it for you. It's your building now. You own the deed. You own the land. You never have to pay rent again." Marcus hugging Victoria. Zoe running out. Tears streamed down Marcus's face. "Marcus, why would you do this?" Victoria, "Because you saved my life when you had nothing. You taught me that being rich isn't about what's in your bank account, it's about what's in your heart." Just then, Zoe ran out. "Zoe, is that the lady?" Victoria smiled, a real, genuine smile. She knelt down. "Hi, Zoe. I'm Victoria, and I promise you guys aren't going anywhere." Marcus didn't just get a house that day. A week later, Victoria fired her security team and hired Marcus as her head of operations. He went from broken mechanic to running security for a billionaire. And it all happened because he refused to sell his dignity for a quick buck. This story proves that sometimes when you do the right thing when no one is watching, the universe pays you back in ways you can't imagine. If you believe good people deserve good endings, hit that like button. And subscribe to Black Story Tales for more daily inspiration. What would you have done? Taken the 10K or kicked her out? Let us know in the comments.